Hi, Days fans. It's Sunday, July 1st, and we're going to talk about Friday's episode, which was sad. We got to say goodbye to Lexi for good. They had the memorial.
I'm glad they didn't go into the memorial too deep.
Yeah.
They just showed him coming out.
I thought, I was wondering why they had Bo do, recite his eulogy to Hope a few days back, and I guess it's because they weren't going to actually do a funeral for us to see, and that's probably because they don't have a church any longer. But as a set, I liked all the little flashbacks. I want to ask you guys a question. There's all these sappy movies, like what was that one with Hilary Swank, where the husband had all these letters and stuff saved for her for after his death. Really? No, I know that makes for a great romantic comedy. And Michael Keaton did that in one of his movies where he had cancer so that his son could see all these videos growing up. That sounds totally, cool and romantic, but really in real life, would that creep you out? Has anybody experienced anything like that?
I don't know if it would creep me out, but would you get closure?
Having happy Lexi say, honey, I'm not going to tell you not to cry at the funeral, but...
Yeah, that would creep me out.
If Theo had walked in during that, I think he'd have been like, is Mommy still alive?
Yeah.
She's giving us instructions for the funeral. But they did have a lot of awesome flashbacks.
Oh, God, yeah. Lexi was a youngster.
I'm going to have to post a clip of her as the pacifier.
Yeah.
Because that was right about when I started watching Hardcore. And that was good. And, they forgot to mention the fact that Jonah...
That's just adorable.
Jonah and Lexi, I don't think they actually hooked up, but there was tension they were going to. Did they, guys? You remind me. I don't think anything happened across the line, but there's definite fantasies or something.
Jonah's who?
Abe's brother.
Oh. Well, she slept with Abe's son.
I know, when they said...
Oh, Abe's brother, big deal. This slept with her son. That's
right
here. Come on.
Okay, remind me of this, too. When Lexi slept with... Brandon, did she know he was Abe's son at that point? Because when Brandon came to town, he didn't know, or he might have known. He was all mad at Abe, and nobody really knew why, and then it turned out he was the son, and... He was, really mean. He brought some kid in a wheelchair in to meet Abe, and Abe had been the one to put this kid in a wheelchair, his first day on the job or something. He shot the wrong person, and this kid was...
If Theo had been Brandon's, Nicole would have been Theo's aunt.
Well, she was his aunt anyway, because she was married to EJ. So she got to be his aunt any which way.
That's right.
But when...
Blood aunt or whatever.
When Abe said that Theo, that was the best thing that ever happened to us, I'm like, yeah, except for one that might have been Brandon's. And then they played some kind of trick on Sammy where they knew she'd switch the results. I'm a little hazy on all this, so write in the comments, fill in the blanks. Lexi tricked Sammy by, she knew Sammy was going to switch those test results, and that's how Sammy ended up losing Brandon once and for all, because her debauchery. Speaking of which, she can be a raging bitch, that Sammy. I'm giving her Bitch of the Year award.
Oh, she's giving EJ a hard time at the memorial.
I mean, seriously? I know I'm not perfect, but I definitely do not nag or harass people at the funerals of their immediate family members.
Those two are so going to get together.
Oh,
EJami,
yeah.
I'm already thinking about the breakup before they even get back together.
No, they are.
Totally. My God. What are they going to do with Lucas? He's irrelevant.
Yeah, what are they going to do with Lucas? But they've got even Lexi. When they talk about people who are gone, that opinion weighs way more than anyone alive. So when Lucas said to Sammy, well, Lexi always thought we'd find our way back together. And they're like, oh, acting all awkward. I'm like, hello, Lucas. I don't know how long your contract's for, but I don't know who you're going to get. I don't know. I don't even know what they're going to do.
Kayla's off the market. She's going to hook up with Abe. So I don't think...
What could they do with Lucas? Maybe he could pick up Gabby after she goes completely off the freaking reservation of Psycho Land. But that's kind of weird because she slept with his son. Oh, but that's totally normal in Salem.
Gabby slept with...
Lucas's son, Will.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And they never did really get around to that. How does she feel about all that? But... that's for another day. So why is Celeste so freaking raging angry about Abby Is it just that she senses some darkness?
What was the thing that you thought she might sense?
I thought maybe Cameron's daddy is some kind of Horton and she doesn't want them to be involved because it would be gross. But they've had some steamy kisses for, I think we kind of, that ship sailed.
Whenever there's tongue involved, they don't like to
Although,
screw up in the genealogy. I know they've done it in the past.
I know. I'll never
before
forget,
my time.
I'll never forget when that Gemini twin and Lucas were in bed together. Yuck-a-rama. Yucky, yuck, yuck. So I always thought Nicole and I were like kindred spirits. You know, I always wanted to be Nicole if I ever got to be, you know, my fantasy days of our lives. But she doesn't like Indian food? Is that just when you're pregnant?
I'll let her slide. I mean, her and Daniel are just off the chart hot, so...
If it weren't for Indian food, I wouldn't have survived my morning sickness with Paloma, I'll tell you that one. Remember you were down there getting me Indian food every 5 minutes? You might as well stay there. Yeah, Nicole and Daniel, they did indeed do the nasty, because we weren't sure, because they showed them getting on the desk.
Yeah, why are there no more sex scenes on Days?
I don't know.
They like, you know, show them blurring out, and then that's it, commercial.
But did I tell you that Lauren from Young and the Restless, Tracy Bergman or whatever, said that those tabletop sex scenes are very awkward and uncomfortable. They are not at all as hot as you think they might be. So, especially pregnant, yowzer. So, we weren't sure. They didn't show the end of it, but they did reveal on Friday that...
They confirmed.
Yes. And JB has always been saying to me, oh, they won't let people have sex if they're pregnant by another man. I'm like, oh no, it can happen, but it did. This is a first in a while for Days. Can anyone else think of anything like this? Where you know for a fact that some guy is not the father of your baby. Not one of these paternity, oh, it could be, it couldn't be.
Yeah.
You know for a fact you have not even slept with this man. He is not the father of your baby, and you're having sex with him while you're pregnant. Have they done that on Days before?
I don't think they have.
Tell us. If you can think of an example, tell me. And it can't count like if you thought your husband was dead or anything like that.
Right.
So how sweet that Daniel gave up drinking for her.
Oh, yeah.
To help her through the pregnancy.
He's not a big drinker anyway. He's not like a EJ, Kate, Stefano, Victor, Brady, who's now on...
Oh, poor Brady.
He's all coked out. Are you high? I think I am. My God.
But I thought it was so sweet. And he's like, you know, I know that sometimes, on occasion, you like a cocktail. And she goes, by on occasion, do you mean all the time? And I'm like, cheers, sweetie. I'm having my made-at-home limeade sparkler here. Does anybody love those limeade sparklers from Taco Bell? No, this is not a product placement. I love them, and I was like having to get a second mortgage because I was going there so often. So I decided to make them myself. This is a Taco Bell made-at-home limeade sparkler. People, try it. I'll put the recipe down below. So Steve and Kayla toast.
Steve and Kayla. What?
Kayla and Steve, they're gonna get a divorce.
Oh, totally. Well, he's on Young and the Restless, for God's sake.
I don't know if it's appropriate to bring up like major stuff like that at a funeral, like. Are you supposed to be grieving for Lexi or, like, pouring out your crap? Because all of a sudden everyone's like, ah!
Bo's like,
oh, my God. My best friend, who hasn't been on the show in, like, 15 years.
And what's his face? The brother of Steve. Jennifer.
Jack.
He's like, oh, shit.
He's like, this is not helping my
Not
case.
looking good for my family.
And what are they going to do? First of all, I need to know when these people are leaving. KDR, step up, please. I need to know... When is Jack leaving? Bo, I guess, is leaving in October. When's Madison leaving? When are Carrie and Austin leaving?
My God, they are cleaning house.
Who else is leaving?
The redhead. I can't.
Which redhead? Molly! Oh my God! You can't call her the redhead.
I know. I'm being funny.
Oh my God! When is she going?
Molly
That's
Burnett.
sad.
Well, she'll be in that stupid basement. Well, I have no idea why that guy's doing that to her.
What are they doing with that storyline? Molly, I don't blame you for leaving.
That is
That's
dumb.
ridiculous. You are better than that.
She starts screaming and banging on the door.
Because it's soundproof.
Oh, bull crap. It's soundproof. You could... The guy's got that little window. Oh, what's soundproof? Why can't she open the window and go, hey, dumbass. Gabby, I'm in here.
Do you think Gabby would let her out if she knew she was in there? That's what I'm waiting to happen. I want Gabby to know she's in there and still leave her in there.
So what did she do? She kicked the shit out of his... excuse me. She kicked his face and ran out? So is she free now?
I don't know. I know she kicked him in the face, but did she manage to get out? I don't know.
She is a black belt, people.
JB, tell him your 50 Shades of Grey news.
Oh, so I was reading an article about potential casting choices for 50 Shades of Grey movie, and I'm looking, like Jake Gyllenhaal, all the major Hollywood superstars, and James Scott was on the list.
He was. Now, we don't know anything about this book other than, everyone's going on about
It's going to be made into a movie. I mean,
if you are reading these books, I guess it's a trilogy, put in the comments and tell me whether you like it, because what I've heard is...
it's crap writing.
The writing is really bad. And so...
mommy porn is what my sister described it as.
Oh, she did? Where did you see that? On Facebook?
No, we were talking about books when we were in Minnesota.
Yeah, I asked you about this 2 days ago and you didn't mention any mommy porn.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know about it. But it's super, penthouse forum kind of.
Oh, good grief. That's all I need in the middle of the day. Nope. Next. I just finished the trilogy of those
Lord of the
dragon.
Rings?
No,
Oh,
dragon tattoo chick. Now, they got a little bit of porn element to it too, but anywho. So, I don't have anything else for you, but I am very, very excited about tomorrow's episode, and I'm sorry to say that I'm very excited about tomorrow's Young and the Restless episode in actuality.
Should we make up some storylines?
So, Days, I'd like you to do something really exciting with Melanie in this basement. Like, Melanie and Andrew start working together to get Andrew to be with Gabby.
That would be good.
So he lets her out, but she's got to somehow lure Gabby back into that dungeon, and he can keep her there and do whatever the hell he wants with her. And then, let's see, what else can we do?
How about Spencer and Gabby?
Billy.
Okay, Billy.
Spencer and Billy would be kind of cute. I don't know if that's juicy enough. I want to know what the hell they're planning to do with Billy. What was her purpose in coming back here? I do not know.
She hasn't been on the show for a long time. Oh, we haven't talked about Ian. Ian got busted by both Kate and Brady at the same time. He is a dead man.
And Kate, I'm kind of getting the impression Kate's losing interest, which she should, because obviously he wouldn't be doing this if he didn't still have a thing for Madison.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if he has a thing for Madison or if he's just a freak job who doesn't want anyone else to have her. Guys like that, or people like that, not just guys. People like that are strange.
He is a freak job.
He is a freak job. I don't know what I think about that guy.
But I like freak jobs on soaps.
Yeah.
You get my vote, Ian.
Yeah. What are they going to do? Okay, so please help us figure out what they're going to do with Brady, Lucas, Rafe, Billy, EJ.
They got to bring in some of those from the European bullpen.
I think EJ is definitely this. EJami's coming back.
Who's left? With Chelsea? Is that who's left in Europe? Well,
you're right. They have brought back most of
Days
Days
Billy. They brought
Days
Harry and Austin.
Back. You were right.
Yeah.
And Switzerland people are back. John, Marlena, you're
They're
right.
all back.
Chelsea's the only
and Max. That's it.
Chelsea and Max are the only ones left in Days Europe. Wow. Those episodes must be interesting.
They'll be heading back to Europe, though.
Yeah, they're all going back. All right, the couple that watches Days together.
Stays together.